Hi, I'm Nancy Mullen and I'm 61 years old, and I had a lower face and neck lift about 6 months ago by Dr. Sadati. I interviewed quite a few plastic surgeons before I met with Dr. Sadati, and I had been referred to him by a friend of mine. And once I sat with him and he really took his time and really talked to me, there was no question in my mind that I was going to go with him. I only have vision in one eye, and a couple of the other plastic surgeons that I met with were going to be quite aggressive in what they suggested as far as my surgery. And Dr. Sadati was pretty conservative, yet I knew that I was going to like the results. He was very honest with what he could do, and I knew that I would still feel natural afterwards. So once I sat and talked with him, and he totally took his time, listened to all of my concerns, I did not feel rushed one bit, and I just liked his approach of being a little bit more conservative with the loss of my vision in one eye. So there was no question after I met with him that I was going to choose him to do my surgery. One of the reasons I decided to go with Dr. Sadati was that he was not going to put me under a general anesthetic, and I know a lot of people have complications from that I would just be in twilight, and I was a little nervous at first, but there was absolutely, I didn't feel one thing, and the recovery was amazingly easy. The only issue I had at all was I got nauseous from the pain meds, so I stopped taking them after day 1 and just took Tylenol, and I can honestly say I had zero pain. It was a little bit uncomfortable because you have to sleep on your back and you have a wrap on your face, but as far as pain, I honestly can say I did not feel any pain. So the procedure itself was a piece of cake. And I was a little apprehensive the night before, and I'm so glad I didn't chicken out. I had the surgery done. Within about 5 days, I looked completely fine, and I went out of town on vacation for an entire week, 7 days after the surgery, and no one could tell I'd had work done. So I would say that the surgery itself was relatively painless, a little bit of discomfort, and the recovery time was minimal. It was a week of kind of staying out of the sun and staying home, and then you could not tell. And the stitches on the back of my neck were completely gone in a week. You couldn't even see that they were there within 10 days. I would highly recommend Dr. Sadati to a friend for a variety of reasons. First of all, because I felt like he really cared about what was going to happen to me. I feel like he always took the time to explain everything to me, and I was super happy with the results. Also, I interviewed at least 4 plastic surgeons, and I have to be honest, when I walked into his office and I looked at the big, beautiful building that it was in, I thought to myself, I'm never going to be able to afford this surgery in Newport Beach by this surgeon. And his pricing was totally, as a matter of fact, I brought my girlfriend with me, and we were playing a game of let's guess how much he's gonna say this surgery costs. And when I saw what it was, I was shocked that it was so reasonable and completely within the range that actually lower than a couple of the other estimates that I had. I was so happy with the results of having the work done on my face that I actually decided to go ahead and have brachioplasty done to my arms. The week before I had the surgery done, I decided to Google it because I had heard a couple horror stories about how painful it was afterwards. I was really sorry that I Googled it because it freaked me out a little bit. And I talked to him, and I talked to the staff. I talked to Janet and said, I'm a little worried about this. I wasn't worried too much about my face, but I am worried about my arms. And I use my arms at work a lot, and it was over Christmas break, and I wanted to go on vacation. So I was concerned that I would be out of commission for a long time. And everyone kind of set my fears at ease. I went in for the surgery. I had it done. 3 days later, I went out to dinner and to the movies with my girlfriend, and 4 days later, I was out of town, and I was out of town for the weekend, and I literally had no pain. I never took any of the pain meds other than Tylenol, and other than I couldn't lift heavy things, which to me was a big plus because I didn't really want to lift anything heavy. Other than that, there was no pain. and my arms look so much better. I can't even tell you. And not even just the underside of my arms. My arms were super crepey right here, and there was absolutely no amount of exercise I could do that could take away that crepiness. I tried and I couldn't make it go away, and now they are completely smooth on the side. So I'm very happy that I had that done as well.
Yes.
All in all, I would definitely recommend Dr. Sidoti for any kind of plastic surgery that you're thinking of having. Everyone on his staff is super helpful. I literally, on a Saturday night after my surgery, thought I was putting the wrong cream on my face, and I texted Maria at 7:30 on a Saturday night, and she got right back to me and said, "Don't worry, you're doing the right thing." But it was so comforting to know that I had her phone number, and I've texted her many times for little things that were just a result of me not listening very carefully to the directions. And she was always super helpful and always there to answer any questions that I had. All in all, I would highly recommend Dr. Sidoti for any plastic surgery you're thinking of having. He is kind, he's compassionate, he's thorough, he does very good work. You can't see how my neck looked before. It was awful. It was completely wrinkled, and it's not anymore. And it's so nice to be able to look in the mirror and not have to feel bad or think, what could I do, buy creams that are not even going to work, which I've tried that and none of it worked, and I'm so happy with the results that I've had. I'm so pleased, Dr. Sidoti and your staff, for making me feel so great again. And I forgot to mention, maybe they can edit this back, oh, sorry. All in all, so I'll go back to where I was before.
Well, the question is, would you recommend it?
Okay, my husband and I have been married a long time. No one's looking at my boobs. Okay, the part that scares me a little bit is I'm a 5th grade teacher, and I could just see a parent of one of my students seeing this video and going, "Oh my gosh, there's my son's teachers talking about not having a boob job." Okay, all right, so now get serious. Tell me again what the last question.
Basically wrap it up. Yeah.
It was that's right.
Thank you.
It is taping, isn't it?
It's taping. Oh, it's on, girl. It's on.
Well.